Was once a time in my life where I struggled so greatly with the idea of having to accept uncomfortable emotions and feelings with open arms. I did not want to do that. Oftentimes, when I was anxious about being anxious. I was scared of the fact that I was going to feel scared, like that was going to be the end of the world. I was often, because of OCD and anxiety, so worried about uncomfortable feelings and getting so catastrophized in my own mind that I would just be in a constant rumination cycle of I'm going to feel this way, and it is actually a true reflection of something physically wrong with me or mentally wrong with me, and then I'll basically explode or die or something, just something insane. And that's the whole premise with OCD and anxiety, right? Is you just have these fears that are just completely catastrophized, and a false story is told repeatedly in your mind, and you put this judgment of how evil and bad this feeling or thought is, and you just basically are like, I will do anything not to feel that way. So you give into compulsions. A lot of my OCD experiences have been mentally with intrusive thoughts and rumination and compulsions within my own mind, which is tough because you have the idea of OCD as all these physical compulsions of cleanliness or whatever it may be, and I do have some traits of that, but it's just not as extreme, thankfully, as what I've dealt with just internally in my own mind. Because worst thing that you can hear is like, I'm so OCD, I gotta fix my pencil this way. It's like, bro, I'm so OCD, like my own mind is absolute hell most of the time, right? And and thankfully I've through many times and many overcoming of hard times of I'm in a good spot where I feel very comfortable with accepting my emotions and accepting my feelings as they may come with open arms. There's an illustration that I saw one time, and I don't know if it's like a short story or from a book or whatever, but it's just basically that idea. You have this, you're in your home and you accept every feeling and emotion that comes in. For example, what I'm really getting at is I was with my OCD, I've had several times where I would have, of course, I'm blanking on the name of it right now, but it's sensory motor OCD. And that you may have never heard of that or you may know what it is, but it's where you feel everything in your body, like you're breathing, your heart pounding, whatever it may be. And that's oftentimes scared me because I'm like, holy crap, like I'm going to notice my breath forever, or I'm going to have my heartbeat's going to beat super fast and I'm having a heart attack, something like that, right? It can turn into health OCD, health anxiety, right? And I basically just had to be like, the solution to this stuff is so funny because I think OCD and anxiety and these mental illnesses are so funny because there are solutions that really work. And it's basically like, this is a very dumbed down and very like, just kind of, again, funny or comedic way to look at it. It's basically saying like, you don't give a bleep. You don't care. Like, again, like if I notice every single one of my breaths the rest of my life, I don't care. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to do my stuff regardless. I'm going to go work out. I'm going to feel every breath. And hell, like, it's going to feel good. Like, I'm going to notice my breath like the whole time, right? And it's just so funny because at first you're like, your mind's like, whoa, 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 bro. Like, this is really scary. Like, we should be scared of this. And you basically have to say, like, nah, nah. And it's fake. It's LARP. It's LARP at first, which is so funny. Like, you're literally like, no, I know this is scary, but it's LARP at first. And then when your brain realizes, like, oh, he doesn't care, he or she doesn't care, it's just like, it's actually not real. Because there is a part of you always, too, which is also so funny, deep down where you know, like, this is stupid. Like, I know it's not real, but, like, what if it was creeps in, and then that's how you get to where you are, right? You're scared of, with panic attacks, for example, you're scared of just like tweaking out wherever you're at, right? You're scared, like you'll be doing something important, because that's another thing too. That's how evil it is, right? I made the video OCD anxiety is demonic. I truly believe that it's evil, right? You'll be in a situation that you really want to be in. You'll be somewhere that you really want to be. It'll attack then. It'll come then. And it's just like, bro, this is so demonic. Like, this is actually funny. Like, it's just fake, which is awesome, right? And it's not fake in the sense that you're not experiencing these things. Like, you're experiencing like freaking out. You're experiencing your thoughts, right? And these uncomfortable situations. But it's such a insane and beautiful idea that you as a human being, we're here to live life, but also experience life and everything that it has to offer. And one of those things is our emotions that we feel as a human. You naturally feel fear for protection. You naturally feel anxiety to hopefully help perform in the right way, right, through adrenaline and stuff like that. But when it's so overblown, it's debilitating, right? It's bad for you. But it's beautiful to accept all these things regardless. You accept the feelings. You have unconditional acceptance is what it's called. And it's not a being okay with the thought if it's a thought that is clearly against your morals and values and stuff. No, it's not that. It's just regardless, I go live my life. Maybe not. And that's my point with making this video. There's probably someone struggling out there with something where, oh, man, I don't want to be anxious here. I don't want to be scared here. Be scared, be anxious, and accept it. Just see how it feels. See how differently you feel when you are scared. I'm scared right now. I'm scared right now. I'm doing what I'm doing and I'm scared. And you smile and you're doing your thing, right? Because then 60 seconds go by, maybe even less than that, maybe a little bit more, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. And then you're just doing what you're doing and you're like, oh. Because that's the most beautiful thing. I would always think in my mind, like, what will I do if I'm not worried or having this OCD? Like, what will I think about? And you just live. Like, I envied people for the longest time where just like they were just living. They weren't in their own minds. They weren't having to experience such intense emotions and feelings. But you're just living. And then it's like the end of the day and you're in bed. And for me, I would just be like, I just like went the whole day. Which is a win, right? Like it's good. It's just to live your life. And this video hopefully is just hope that you may be going through those intrusive thoughts right now. You may be going through those things, but you just have to experience it because you can use it. Like I hope that I'm using my experiences, stuff that I never wanted to talk about, like because it's so just. That's another thing with OCD is it tells you you're just super weird. Don't tell anyone about this. Don't do this, right? And then you go to therapy, you go talk to someone that has these similar experiences, right? Someone trusted and someone that you can go to with these things that will understand. And they're like, dude, yeah, that's okay. Like everyone actually has intrusive thoughts and like people with OCD, it's worse obviously, right? But that's okay. Like you're not weird. You're not just this broken thing. And I do think with OCD and anxiety and like myself who has who has always kind of been that way, a disposition towards that type of personality and way. I do think it's obviously a little bit of a broken mind, right? But there can just be power in overcoming that. It's almost I don't want to say pride or anything like that, but it is almost so you can take pride in the fact that you spawned in with like broken hardware, right? Like you spawned in with that OCD mind, that depressive mind, that anxiety, and you overcame that. And that's beautiful. And you can just live your life. I would watch all these videos, right? And these people would be better and I would just be like, this sucks though, I'm in it right now. And I know if anybody gets to watch this and if you're in this and you've experienced this right now, just accept it because it will pass. Everything will pass in this life. And you will become stronger because of it. And I think God does bless those that struggle in these ways. Sorry, my dog just barked. I think God does bless us that struggles in these ways. Let's hope my dog doesn't bark again. But yeah, you just got to keep going and experience these things with open arms. Experience these things because again, you are not your thoughts. You're your actions. You're who you are. There's a person that places judgment on those thoughts, right? That's who you are. Is oftentimes with OCD, it makes you feel like you're going to be a bad person. You're going to do this. You're going to hurt this person, whatever it may. You're the farthest person from doing that. And it's not to be reassurance, but it's just you are the farthest person from doing that, and that is the truth. So yeah, experience those emotions, man. Live your life regardless and understand that one day you'll be okay. And guess what? Moral of the video, moral of the story is you're okay now. You'll be okay now. You'll feel uncomfortable now with those emotions. But one day you'll be so emotionally mature, you'll be able to handle any situation when it comes up with panic or anxiety in such a calm and present sense. Because OCD and anxiety steals your present time, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's why it was weird to just be like, I just lived the whole day. And it was just really, I was just present. I was present that day. And I still have tough days, but those present days are some of the best. You just experience the moments as they come, and it's beautiful. Because living in The future, living in the past all the time, steals your present. So experience the emotions regardless and appreciate them. Appreciate them, and that takes all the power away from that negative stuff, man. Smiling in the face of the devil, smiling in the face of those intrusive thoughts. It's like a spit in a face. It's like you're spitting in their face. It's awesome. It's badass, man. You're living your life, and I hope we can all adopt this mindset. Thank you guys for watching.